Hello, my loves. All right, we got a juicy topic today. My name is Sitara. For those of you that are new here, I'm ranked top 5 female psychic medium in the US by the American Federation of Certified Psychics and Mediums. I wanted to dive in today and talk about why and how some psychics get it wrong and what is that all about, because I know that a lot of people have a lot of preconceived notions or ideas of what a psychic is, what they're supposed to do, and a lot of it, to be honest, is media programming. So I just want to bust that right away. So little bit of background so let you know that I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I was born a medium. A medium is somebody that can communicate with spirit outside of body. So that includes baby beings, that includes spirit guides, that includes loved ones who have passed, that does include lower vibrational demonic entities, it includes aliens. It's basically any type of, plants as well, plants and crystals. Let me tell you about the first time plants started talking to me. That's for another life. So what I want to tap into today is why some psychics get it wrong and where there's an expectation and how that expectation even gets formulated. So I have done hundreds of readings. I've lost count, but I have done so many readings. And in that, I will be the first to say that I have not had a 100% accuracy rate. One, I am not good with the pregnancy thing. Out of a 50-50 boy, girl, it's very interesting because you see the spirit. For me, I'm not I just don't have that embedded in my DNA, right? I'm 35, I'm not a mother, it's not a part of my makeup. But the entrepreneurial thing is. So when it comes to what we're talking about as far as accuracy in the psychic field and accuracy in the quantum field, what we want to talk about first and foremost is that when you're asking a question and when you're diving in and you want to see what is it, right? You have a question for a psychic or you have a question for a reader and you want to get specific clarity on something that's going on in your life. Well, what's going to happen is the psychic or the reader is able to see different timelines of possibilities. Now, there's two things that happen here. One is that the reader is going to read exactly where you are at in that moment. What is going on with your energy field? What is going on with how you're showing up? What is going on with the people around you, the dynamics around you? What is going on in your life right now? What are the choices that you're making? Are you being authentic to your true natural placement in the world? How you want to be showing up? Are you people pleasing? What dynamics are at play? So when you're asking a future timeline, right? You're asking, well, how do I get from this place to this place? What is going to happen if I make this choice? Well, I'm going to simplify timelines for you. Okay, timelines can be like this really esoteric kind of thought, or, you can go really far out there with timelines. But what we want to talk about specifically here is that we're talking about choice points. And I keep, looking eyes up and down because I'm on YouTube and Instagram. Heyo! Okay, so we've got different choice points. When you're at a specific choice point, you're basically making a choice for what timeline you are going to be on. And so this is where and why some psychics get it wrong. And there are other reasons, we're going to go over them too. But one of them is this, is that when you make a choice, right? You're at a fork in the road, you make a choice that you could go this direction or you could go that direction. Well, each direction is going to have a different outcome. So we want to address those different outcomes. We want to acknowledge, okay, well, there's something that can happen in this direction, and then there's something that can happen in this direction. Well, sometimes what comes through the psychic or the reader's channel is the information of what it is that you need to hear at that time to be able to make the decision that's actually going to work for your highest and best. So what does that actually mean? Well, let's put it this way. If you're making a decision and that decision isn't exactly really aligned with what your soul purpose is, or what's going to put you in alignment with that soul purpose, but you need to hear the choice point of, okay, well, this is what can happen if you go in this direction. And so what'll happen is it'll change your psychology, right? It'll change the way you think about something. It'll change the way you think about someone. It'll change the way you think about a certain circumstance. And that's exactly what's going to evoke a different choice. So we see what we are given to see, to share, and, express, to be able to help the person that we are reading, the client that we are reading, to get to where it is in their life that is going to serve their highest purpose. Of course, if that's the intention at the beginning of the reading, which for me, when I'm working with somebody, yes, the intention is to bring that person into full alignment with their highest intention. So that can also mean you're doing clearing, you're doing healings, you're rearranging the energy, you're rearranging the thought patterns, you're deprogramming certain ancestral wounds. All of these things can go in alignment with them. But this is also why, for some psychics specifically, is that they don't necessarily want to look at timelines. So that's what we're talking about here, is a lot of people think that you go to a psychic because they're a fortune teller. They're going to tell you what's happening in your life. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are a powerful co-creator. Your ability to co-create with universal life force energy that's going to pop you into the path of your highest and greatest joy. Let's just use joy as a measurement of success. That for you to align fully with your pathway of highest expression of joy and fulfillment, you're going to find those deeper patterns, right? Rooted sometimes in what's holding you back, sometimes in what's not actually bringing you onto that pathway of your highest and best. And so when we look at those choice points, that's what we're doing. We're wiggling the patterns. We're wiggling the patterns free. So let's say you have a pattern of picking or choosing or dating a person that is not quite on your vibe, that is not quite on the pathway that you want to be on, but you have a deeper either ancestral wound, family programming wound, where you're choosing or you're aligning somebody that's going to end up being a lesson. Well, that's what is going to be unraveled in a reading. So the purpose of connecting with a psychic, or the purpose of connecting with a channel who's going to be able to read what's going on in your life, is that they're there to read what is going on in your life in the absolute present moment. So the absolute present moment is going to give you clues as to what pathway you're going to choose moving forward. So when we're looking at those timelines, and this is what I mean, this is why some psychics, you can say, quote unquote, get it wrong. But did they really get it wrong if the whole intention was to encourage you to choose the pathway that's actually going to lead you to what it is that you want, what you desire? And what I mean by desire, not necessarily what you want. I believe wants come from our mind and desires come from our heart. And I believe that our heart is the soul map and the soul purpose to where it is that we are moving for. That's where our life force energy points us in that direction and says, go with all your heart, go with all your might, go with all of that energy that you have moving behind that. That's what we want to focus on. That's what we want to encourage. That's what we want to push forward. So if you're going to someone, a psychic or otherwise, and asking for advice, I would advise you to not do that. But if you are going to someone who is going to encourage you and empower you to take a very, very clear, intended moment to sit with the choices that are in front of you. And we have a choice every single moment of every single day. We choose what we say. Have you ever noticed that what you say has an impact on the relationships with people around you? Have you ever noticed that what you choose on the menu has an influence on your energy levels for the rest of the day? Have you ever noticed that either you choose to get up and go to the gym or you don't? And all of these things influence your vibrational frequency. Well, your vibrational frequency is your point of attraction, right? That's what you're bringing into you. That's where your magnetism is. That's where your power of co-creation is. So when you go to a psychic, a channel, a healer, a coach, a therapist, whoever it is that you are going to, that is going to help you find that pathway of your clearest intention and the pathway of your clearest direction, you're going to be encouraged and empowered to choose what is best for you rather than being told what to do. I don't know about you, but I do not like being told what to do. I cannot stand it. Cannot stand being told what to do. I'm a manifestor in human design. I'm a go-getter. I have an issue with authority. I always have. When someone tells me what to do, I'm like, I have that little bone in my body that's like, show me what to do and I'm out. Or tell me what to do and I'm out. If I have a question and I'm curious, like that life force energy that flows through me, that power that moves through me can move mountains, right? But it has to be my idea. And I'm sharing that because when you go to someone that you're asking for, like you're blocked, you're curious, you want to expand, you're going through heartache or grief, whatever the thing is in your life that you're like, oh, this point of contention is hurting and I want it to stop, right? You go to people to feel better. But if you go to somebody and they tell you what to do based on what they are seeing, red flag, red flag, red flag, don't do that, right? There's a power of suggestion that's going to empower you to step onto the pathway of your highest and best by what it is that you are cultivating in your intention of co-creating with the universe, which is why you are a powerful, multidimensional being in a human body right now. It is not up to you to go to someone for them to tell you what to do. It is up to you to go to someone to have them help you peel away the layers so that you can see yourself more clearly. You feel how there's a difference in that in your body, right? It's like, help me find the answers within myself. Don't tell me them. Because in a lot of cases, when somebody tells you their answers, they're their answers. They may not fit you right. And so it's up to you to discern who you're choosing to listen to, who you're choosing to go to in a time of need, who you're choosing to ask you to help you to see the brilliance that is in you in the first place. That brilliance is like, it's insatiable, right? You know when you are on, you know when your energy is on. And so my personal recommendation would be to find the alignment of the people in your world that are going to encourage the best out of you. And when they encourage the best out of you, you know you found somebody that is truly, truly, truly in your corner. Beautiful. So that, my friends, I'm going to leave this door open. Spirit, yesterday my meditations was so clear for me. Start opening one-to-ones again through the month of July. So I've got one-to-ones. If you're on Instagram, you can see it on my story. YouTube, I'll put the link in the description below so that you can book there. There are spots open. There's spots open. But I want to encourage you to tune in with me through the month of July because we are going to be going deep so that we can actually finish strong, right? We don't want to get lazy through summer. Use that mana energy, that life force energy from the sun that is out here in the northern hemisphere, that is encourage you, that is vibing with you, that is like bringing out all of that goodness. And let's create an action plan, right? Let's create an action plan so that you can finish 2023 strong. Do not get caught up in the world's going to hell in a handbasket situation. We're shifting this paradigm and we're getting you on top of the wave. We're getting you on top of the wave so that you can find that point of magnetism, that point of clarity, that point of like where you are taking off and you are seeing your wildest dreams come true here and now in the next 6 months. Doesn't have to be that far away, but let's clear the blocks to get you there. All right, my loves, thank you for joining me today. I'm sure I'll see you again here very, very soon. Mwah! Ciao, ciao.